racism stays with us, regardless to who says what. And to me, honestly, people that don't believe in it, I don't care what they think. I don't care what they say, unless they're willing to sit down and listen. I'm going to talk about my experience with racism a couple months ago. In the new podcast, I'm going to get in deeper. But today, I just want to share my thoughts about what happened. But before I get into that, Darren, how you feeling?
I'm cool. Yeah, a day, a dollar. I'm cool. How about yourself?
Yeah, I was a little under the weather earlier, but I'm good now.
Yeah, I was last night. So, yeah, it was tough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So, Darren, let's get into this. We'll get into this real quick. We need to talk about this real quick. I pretty much told you everything, but I didn't, do it in the order that it was received. I just pretty much just shared what I said about the phone call. But I'm gonna go in and just pretty much explain it. Back in October of last year, I went into a business to potentially do business with a new client. But I was unable to talk to the business owner just simply because she wasn't there and she was attending a funeral, so she was going to be gone majority of the week. Fine, I'll come back another time. I did not show back up again until December 23rd. No, the 22nd. The 22nd or the 23rd, whatever that Wednesday fell on Christmas, the day before Christmas Eve, whichever day that was. I think it was the 23rd. It might have been Wednesday, because I think Christmas on Friday last year, correct?
Yes, I think so.
No, Wednesday the 23rd.
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm right. Wednesday the 23rd, I go back in there, I set an appointment with the lady for January 20th. Go back.
Just right.
Okay. I go back in. I go back in and, talk with her some more about, the sales pitch and what I have to offer. So January 19th come, I got a phone call that I didn't answer because I was talking to another business owner and I couldn't get to the phone. They canceled. Fine. I called back that same day, didn't get a reply. Left the voicemail, did a follow-up call to the office the very next day. I said, okay. I followed up a week, maybe a week later. I think it was a week later. A week or two later, I followed back up. She wasn't there. Actually, it was a week. I followed up the week later, and then I followed up the following week. The day after next. So I followed up on a Wednesday, followed up on a Friday. No, followed up on Tuesday, followed up on a Friday. Sorry, Thursday. In that process, after the Thursday contact, I get a phone call that very afternoon with a complete cuss out. And a lot of people think or would think that this is not racism. And I'm going to explain why it is racism. I'm going to explain that. So when I got the call from the other business owner, I did not know that there were co-owners. Didn't know that. Get a phone call from him, completely cussed me out. I'm thrown back because this woman completely lied to her husband, in which return got the phone call that I did not deserve. He called but didn't leave a voicemail. He knew better. That's the first sign. That was the first sign.
Mm-hmm.
Now, knowing me, I shouldn't have called back, but I did. I called back, and the lady picks up, and she instantly recognizes me and says, yeah, hang on, somebody did call for you. Get me on the line with him, and the first thing he says, don't ever fucking come to my store again. I'm sorry, one, who is this? And two, what for? What is this regarding? This is, and I'm going to reveal this person and the company because they need to be called out for their ignorance. They need to be called out for their racism. This is Eddie Lynn with A1 Garage. Your wife told me to come in there on the 20th, but she canceled, and I was just going to follow back up. Don't come back in my fucking store, or I'm going to make sure, or business, or I will make sure that you will never fucking come back again. Now I'm just sitting there because I don't know how to respond to this, other than the way I really wanted to respond.
Right.
Who the fuck are you talking to? Like that. To me, not a good way to do business. Not a good way to talk to people. Do not do business with somebody like that. Lesson number one. Do not do business with somebody like that, because that was completely rude and disrespectful. And on top of that, he threatened me when he did not threaten another co-worker of mine that went in there. And he was a white gentleman. Didn't go where he went in there. They didn't do nothing with him. They didn't do nothing with him. They wanted to report me. But Eddie calls me and threatens me and don't even bother to report me to anybody. He just flat out threatened me. But he didn't threaten the other guy that came in. He sure in hell didn't. They claimed me a stalker. They accused me of sitting out in the business for so extended period of time. They accused me of just about anything in the book. This man tried to make it seem like that I was having an affair with his wife. Look, I'm going to be real with you. I want nothing to do with your wife. I wanted to do business, but I don't want nothing to do with your wife. Your wife ain't even attracted to me. Your wife look like she ain't slept in years. What you talking about right now? Bruh, you ought to be glad. Don't let the suits fool you. Okay? Don't let the suits fool you. Why is this racist? One, my co-worker didn't get the cuss out. Instead, they reported me. But Eddie calls me and just completely threatens me with violence. For what? After your wife agreed that we could meet, but she had to cancel, and all I wanted to do was follow up, she lied to her husband and said that she never did.
Okay, so let's clarify this. Was your coworker that went in there, was that person white?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just had to put that documentation right here on this story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He was the one that told me what they said. It was like he's sitting out of the office, outside the office at normal times of the hour, which I was not, because it's too far for me to be going all the way out to Barnesville, Indiana. That's too damn far for me to be going. I'm not going to sell all the way out there just to wait for one person. You got to be kidding me. Yeah, be kidding me.
It's already bad enough. Black folks don't even waste a cup full of beer.
Yeah, too damn expensive. But
he won't sit out there.
He called me and cussed me out so bad that put a wedge between me and the job.
Yeah.
That put a wedge, a serious wedge between me and the job. And I'm at a point now where I really cannot even function doing this job, all because of the racism. It's straight up racism.
Straight up.
Because I'm black, and try to do business with them, they don't like black people. Plain and simple. Because they didn't do that with the other guy that went in there. That was my coworker. They didn't go in there and do that with him. Why? Why is that? I've been trying to figure that out for a while. And it wasn't until me and him sat down, it's when he realized, oh, holy shit. This is racism. We know this.
Shit.
I know this. This is not a surprise to me. It's a surprise to you, but it's not a surprise to me. It's nowhere near a surprise to me. Because I had a bad feeling about them to begin with. But what did I do? I kept pushing anyway. I'm going to give you a reason to never come to this office again. I am tired of you messing with my wife. I am tired of you coming in. And I've only been in there 4 times. 4. Or you could technically say 5. You could technically say 5. But 5 times. For real?
That's crazy, man.
I only made contact with bingo. Hang on. I'll be right back. But I'm at a point now where this is something that is inexcusable. It has to be called out because you using a threat of violence against me, and you really have no reason to use threat of violence against me. It's not a way to do business. It's not a way to talk to a black man at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because a coworker comes in after me that very same day that her husband called me. He came in. They didn't do it with him. Did not do it with him. They just were so busy wanting to report me. They were so busy wanting to slander my name because they felt that I was stalking and being outside the building at all hours of the night and day. And bruh, I got a life. I ain't got time for that.
Exactly.
I ain't got time for that. All hours of the night would be like right now. I'm sitting right here doing a podcast. And at that time, I was doing a podcast every day.
Right.
What are you talking about? I was done at that point, girl.
Yeah.
Racism do not have to be in the form of lynching. Racism don't have to be in a form of anything that most people don't think that it is. And that's just, it don't exist. And it does. And it does. These people was completely racist against me.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. And sad.
Far more is frustrating because you was going out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
For one.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing from any aspect of what you were doing, getting out of your comfort zone, you automatically knew that something good was going to happen. You knew that. Point blank, period. Look what we're talking about. We're talking about the state of Indiana, the Republican state. Anything goes. And even based off the little stuff that you was telling me about your experience going into a gas station, and all these white people are sitting here and they're looking at you as a potential threat because of your skin color.
Forget the suit.
It's crazy.
Forget the suit. Yeah.
Forget the suit.
Forget all that.
You had a suit on. That didn't even matter to them. They still saw you as a potential threat.
Yes.
That ain't fair.
Yeah. That's why I'm over it. I'm completely over it. That's the type of hate of racism that happens. treat the white person nice, but you treat the black person like shit.
Exactly. And that ain't cool.
And like I said, when my new podcast come out, I'm going deeper into why that is racism. I'm just sharing my thoughts tonight because it needs to be shared. It really needs to be shared. Eddie Lynn, A1 Garage Doors and Bardesville, Indiana. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Racist. I would recommend no black person do business with him. And I'm not talking about as a customer. I'm talking about as a business man or woman.
Yeah. They can't be treating people the way they be treating you.
He is a racist. Plain and simple. Anything else you want to add?